Welcome to Daily Dose of Knowledge. You already know you should sleep earlier, you just don't. And every night you push it, your body is paying a price most people never connect to the habit. Stay with us and subscribe so you never miss what comes next. This is not about how many hours you sleep. It is about when. You can sleep 8 hours and still destroy your health if those hours are at the wrong time. The body runs on a biological clock called the circadian rhythm. Every organ, every hormone, every cellular process in your body is timed to this clock. That clock is anchored to light, specifically sunrise and sunset. When you sleep late, you are not just tired. You are forcing every system in your body to operate out of sync with the schedule it was built for. Now let's talk about what actually happens when you consistently go to bed late. The first system to break down is hormonal. Cortisol, your primary stress hormone, is supposed to peak in the early morning. It wakes you up and prepares you for the day. When you sleep late, that cortisol peak shifts. It arrives at the wrong time. A misaligned cortisol cycle produces chronic low-grade stress, regardless of how calm your life actually is. Melatonin, the hormone that signals sleep, is suppressed by light exposure and screen use late at night. When melatonin is chronically suppressed, your immune system weakens. Your cellular repair processes slow down, and your risk of certain cancers, particularly breast and prostate, increases measurably. Now let's talk about the brain. The glymphatic flushing system clears toxic waste from the brain, including Alzheimer's-linked proteins. It is most active in the early hours of sleep, and it is synchronized to the circadian rhythm. Late sleepers get the hours but miss the window. The flushing is less complete. The waste accumulates. Now let's talk about metabolism. Research published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology showed that late sleepers have significantly higher rates of insulin resistance. This holds even when total sleep hours are identical to early sleepers. Insulin resistance is the precursor to type 2 diabetes. It drives weight gain. It accelerates cardiovascular disease. And it develops silently, long before any symptoms appear. Your body processes glucose differently at night than during the day. Eating late and sleeping late compounds this effect dramatically. Now, let's talk about mental health. A study of over 800,000 participants published in Translational Psychiatry found that night owls had significantly higher rates of depression, anxiety, and psychological distress. This was independent of total sleep duration. The timing was the variable, not the hours. The mental health cost is not about tiredness. It is about a nervous system permanently operating out of phase with the environment it evolved inside. Now let's talk about what actually fixes this. Light is the master regulator of the circadian clock. Morning sunlight within 30 minutes of waking is the single most powerful signal you can give your body. 10 minutes of direct morning light suppresses residual melatonin and advances the circadian phase. It begins shifting your natural sleep onset earlier within days. Cut artificial light and screen exposure after 10 p.m. Your brain cannot distinguish between screen light and sunlight. Every hour of screen use after dark is pushing your sleep clock later. The habit that is costing you most is not the late bedtime itself. It is the screen in your hand keeping you there. If that made you look at your phone differently tonight, subscribe to Daily Dose of Knowledge. Drop a comment with what time you actually go to sleep. And explore our videos on science, psychology, self-help, human behavior, and society. There is always something here that will shift the way you think.